Happy New Year, everyone. It is now 2024. So, this is a year that we all hope will be so much better for all of us. And I want to start it off with a very shiny new year, so to speak, as you know, the songs go. I have a metallic powder in silver. I'm going to pour probably about 3/4 of the way of this mold here. And I've already put part B in this cup. I'm just letting it drain. They are both warming on the heat mat right now. My room is a little cool this morning. Well, actually, for me it's morning. I just woke up not too long ago. But it's in actuality about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, this is being made in advance. I get my indexing turned here. There we go. I index it so that when I scrape, I know exactly where I'm scraping at. And I'm just going to clean out the rest of B out of here. Now the rest of this will be filled with the words or the numbers 2024, and I'm not sure exactly what the phrase is that I want to use. You know how it goes, just kind of wing it. I am not sure exactly what I want to put extra other than the silver. Although I do have a really, really great looking glitter that I think I would like to add in a middle layer, so might even be filled only halfway. I do have a ball, well, an orb to fill in case I've over mixed, which I probably have if I'm only going to fill this halfway. Yes, 60 ml B, 60 ml A for 120 ml, or 4 ounces. Alright, I've got that scraped out really well. And that cup I'll set aside for the moment. Now I just need to get A into it. And then I'll pause you while I mix. I do scrape A out as fast as I can so that I have better mixing time and thinking time, because sometimes you just need that extra little time to think. Now I do clean out the A cup immediately because the B is mixed in there now with the scraping with the same stick. And I don't want anything setting in the cup. I do have to find some more of these. They are 100 ml cups. They do have the demarcation lines on the inside, but they don't have those annoying ridges at the bottom to have to deal with. And so these are my measuring cups of preference. Alright, I think I've got enough in there. Check the bottom of the cup. Scrape real slow to get that last little bit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, put you on pause, and I'm going to clean this and stir. Okay, resin is all mixed. Now it's time to add this silver. Now the reason I am adding this to the resin itself is when you dust your molds, sometimes this metallic powder, more often than not actually, has a tendency to cling to your mold, making it very difficult. Oh no, Rex, not right now. You don't need an entire amount of this, you really don't, but I want it completely opaque. And since it does have such a tendency to stick to everything, I am going to place this on here. Okay, set that aside now. Get this mixed in. This is very chromatic powder. It is extremely shiny, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. I could have chosen silvery white, but I didn't want a white. I want a true chromatic silver. Now that mica would have worked easier for me, been less difficult to clean up, but sometimes you just want the perfect silver, and this seems to be it. I do not use my metallics much because they are such a pain to clean up, but I do like the effects of them. No, Rex! Sorry everyone, he wants in my bedroom again. And he does get loud, and I'm so sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to sit and let this rest for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and let him in. I'll be right back. Very sorry about that. Alright, it's had a moment or two to rest. I'll stir just one last time to make sure all that powder is incorporated. And I think I have decided to do only half. Then I'll put a quarter of the mold in clear with the glitter. And once that sets, I will put my message in it. Lots and lots of little bubbles. Alright, that looks about like all I'm going to get if I want the 2 more layers. So it's got this very strange thing it does. I don't know if I'm going to get that on the bottom or the top. because that bottom is looking a little brownish from my angle. But let's just go ahead and fill the orb. With what's left of that. Although, it would be kind of fun to do it half and half of silver and gold. Heh. Nah, all silver. I'll probably have to make more, but that's for another time. This is just the leftover one. Let's get that sat down. Get it scraped out. All right. Yeah, really, I think it's going to end up going to have to go with the message on top. Because it really is turning such a really strange color, and there's a hair right there. So let me take care of that real quick. These salt and pepper shakers you get at like Family Dollar are great for toothpick dispensers. So let's get that hair out. And done. Check to see if I see any more. No, okay. So, I guess that's it for now until that cures. So I'll see you, well, you'll see me soon, like in a second, but I will see you in about 2.5 hours. Okay, this is cooled down. I do have a problem. It's not as mirror finished as I wanted it to be. It is shiny, but that means the other side has the shiny. Problem is the other side is blemished. But I do have some options. One is to continue and build on this side here like I had hoped to do. But as I said, it's not as shiny as I wanted it to be. The silver is coming off. So I can wipe this down and see what I get. A lot of silver comes up, which means that no matter what, it will have to be a sealed project so that the silver does not transfer after. It is just quite, yeah, transferable. Now that did lend to the shine a little bit more, but as you see, the edges look pretty good, so that means that the shine is all on the other side. So one option I have is to, like I said, continue in on this side and hope for the best with laying a clear layer with the glitter I'm going to add. Let me see if I can find that glitter real fast and show you what my intent is. It's here, I know it is. Oh my goodness. I want to pause you real quick and I'm going to find that glitter and I'll be right back. Okay, found it, finally. It was right where I left it. Of course. Now this is a chunky slash fine glitter mix. Let's see if I can get it to come in. Wow, even my hand's not going to focus right, huh? There it goes. It's got reds and golds and all kinds of pretty colors in it. So that's the glitter that's being intended to be used. Let me get this one put back in its box. I had a lot of glitters out for Christmas and I'm just now getting them all put back away. Okay, so as I said, I could go ahead and put some clear with this. I'm going to be using this anyway, but I really want that really shiny mirror finish. So what I'm going to do instead is, and this is not normal, mostly it's never done, but we're going to demold this. And see how, yeah, see, the shine is there, but so are all the imperfections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it back down in the mold. This way. It's a little bit difficult to do because the other side does have that sharp edge, but it can be done. I just want to make sure that it sets down in there as well as it can. It won't matter if you have gaps, it's going to run under no matter what you try to do, unless you seal it with something else, but it's not going to happen that way. So, I am going to just do this. Take off any loose anything, and there doesn't seem to be any loose on this side. So, all those different little mica colors and everything, it's going to be okay. Now that we have it that way, I'm going to mix up some mica with this, not mica, excuse me. Mix up some resin, put this pretty glitter into it, and pour it on. Now I do see that this side here is higher than the other, so there will be a lot of resin that flows underneath this. Alright, be right back with some already made resin. Okay, I have this ready to mix in all actuality, and I'm just going to use this little old stick here. It does still have a little silver on it, but that won't make a difference. Not too much of a difference. So I'm going to get this stirred up. I'll add the glitter, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have some of the glitter splashed down. Some of it is mixed in here, and so all that's left to do is just to pour it all in. Let it spread to where it's going to. Now it will seep down underneath because this is turned over. I made up 80 ounces. It is both chunky and extra fine. And while this is curing, I will be sitting in the living room having some more ham. We had ham and turkey for Christmas dinner. We made 3 hams because of my 3 dogs, so that they could each have a bone. And, well, since my 2 older ones, this is probably their last Christmas that just passed, we wanted to make sure that the last of their lives will be fulfilling for them. Okay. Yes, I am a realist. I know people don't like to dwell on those kinds of things, and I don't dwell on it. I just recognize it's going to happen so that it doesn't hit me like a brick. I am old myself, and it's just a fact of how things are these days. I lose a lot of people, I lose a lot of pets. We have a cat that's 14 years old, and he still plays around like he's a kitten. And his name is Loki. Okay, so that's all poured in. I'm going to let this soak down in. It will, of course, as I said, seep under, and I'm actually really hoping it seeps under well. Otherwise, of course, I have to coat the other side and all of that, and that shouldn't leave me enough room. I'm going to see about trying to coax some of it down under there. But it should leave me enough room to go ahead and do a top coat on this side. Is what I'm hoping for. Okay. I shall be back when this is cured. Okay, this is ready to have some top put on it with the sentiment, and it has turned out, oops, sorry, it went out of focus again. There we go. Look at all that pretty color in there. Now let's see if I can get the mirror finish on it. I did get a hair in it after all. That's upsetting, but oh well. The life of pets, and it's going to get a top coat anyway, so hopefully the top coat won't have it. So yes, it is very mirror-like underneath, and my hope of having it flood underneath wasn't quite panning out. As you can tell, the silver is very prominent throughout under there, so it will get a coating on the back as well once it's removed. Alright, I'm going to set this down and get my sentiment ready and be back. Alright, this was a bit of a struggle. Couldn't get the vinyl to work properly for a while. It kept peeling up into the machine. So I had to change the vinyl and pick a different one. So I finally got to the point I can actually peel this off now. I have this really awesome squeegee tool right here. It's got a piece of felt. Whoops, there went my pick. And this pick is awesome too because it has a light, so I can see where I'm going at. Well, mostly. So I'm going to set it there. Let's get this placed as well as I can. That was one of the other struggles I was having, is getting the font the right size. So I'm going to push that down on there, squeegee real fast. Make sure I get all the corners. With that clear on there, even though it's got the glitter, makes it very difficult to see if these letters are attached. So we're going to start peeling and hope. And always flatten your transfer tape down. I left a note on my community page about my son's progress, and if you're interested, you can go read it. Okay, this thing just keeps moving because I'm pulling on it. I'm sorry. Okay, looks like we're getting there. Okay, normally I would try to save that, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to be doing too many projects at this point. All that I'll have left to do after this goes on is to do a flood coat on the top there. Now I'm trying not to let the 24 stick because I'd like to have it somewhere else, a little lower. I might be able to do that, so let's get this all stuck down first. Yeah. Gotta keep it up more. Oh, good. Now let's see if I can peel this off without lifting any of those letters there. Okay. And I want this 2024 just a little bit lower. It's not exactly straight, but it's on there. That's where it's going to stay. Okay, there's that part all done. Now I just have to do a flood coat, and I do hope, oh man, maybe I really should find something to put over that hair that's in there. But I think the flood coat will do some hiding of it. Okay, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to get the top coating ready, and I'll be back. Alright, it is ready to pour. I do not have gloves on. There was such little, and I use these bottles right here so I don't spill it on me ever. Although sometimes it does happen, and yes, I should use gloves, but I am not of the thought processes today. Too much information, too much going on in my life right now, and sometimes I forget a few things right now. I only made 80 mil total, no, 40 mil total, and this is just going to get spread out. It's got bubbles in it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be affecting the finish, but it's just where my life is at right now. Sorry. Trying not to be a Debbie Downer or a Donna Downer or just me as a downer. Seriously, I'm not. I'm just absent-minded right now. Completely. I will try to pop the bubbles. I will do what I don't normally do, and I will go ahead and use a alcohol spray this time to to pop any of the surface bubbles. I am trying to push it to the edges. And I will go around and make sure everything is touching the edge and domed as much as I can. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest on here. Well, first I'll wait and see if it settles. I want to make sure it's domed and not going over. I'm going to tilt my head a little sideways here. Try to see where I'm at dome-wise. Turn it a little bit so I can see from the other direction. Alright, it looks like it's pretty level. And just a little bit is necessary to finish the dome. Now it's going to level out on its own. And before it makes it all the way to the edges, I am going to go ahead and hit it with a spritz. I just got to remember where I put the 99 at. There it is. So a quick little spritz. That'll help pop any bubbles coming to the surface. And since I did it before it reaches the edges all the way, that should help to prevent any breach over the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back around. Make sure everything's on here the way it should be. And I'm going to put you on pause and finish up. Alright, all set, all done. It's been several hours. I went ahead and got some good sleep last night. Well, off and on. So I'm a little bit more rested today. And I know that the new year is very difficult to see because it's a lot thinner than the happy 2024. But it is completely coated now. Very extra special shiny, no blemishes, no cat hairs. It's gorgeous. I will finish it off with the bottom being coated, but that I'll do later on. So I wanted to bring this out and show you the back. There are little bits and pieces that I have to pull off of here. Little dots that got stuck to the side. Slightly rough here at this edge. There were several bubbles that got caught. And I'll just go ahead and take my deburring tool to that. Let's bring it up here so you can see better. And turn it over. And it didn't get as much on it as I had hoped underneath, but that's why I'll go ahead and finish it off, is just to close all this up. Alright everyone, as this new year is beginning, I wish for everybody to have a beautiful, happy, healthy 2024. That each person gets some joy, some happiness, a better what do you want to, how do you, oh, I'm stuck, of course, with words. Gets along better financially. I know times have been really tough for everybody, and we can only try our best to get ahead of this. The inflation sucks, but we've got to find a way to pull ourselves through it. For me, with all my troubles, it's the crafting and the comments that keep me going. It's been definitely a rough Christmas this year, and it's probably going to start out as a very rough new year, but I'm hoping that it really straightens out, and that as the year progresses, things get better and better. Alright everybody, so you all know the spiel, you know, the thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you haven't, notification bell. I do want to thank all my subscribers and all those that have left comments and support for my son and our family. I can't tell you how much that means to me. I really can't. So, bless you all into the new year. May you find everything you need, and at least some of what you want. Love you all, and peace out.